Welcome to the Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023, organized by the EMC Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Ibu Krama with support from ExxonMobil Foundation. Welcome to the Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023. Well, my name is Ravin Deodat. As you well know, I'm the quiz master for this series of programs organized by the EMC Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Ibu Krama, and with support from ExxonMobil Foundation. And guess what? We're into our quarter-final matches. That's right. All those players that you saw before in the first round, you'll see the winners again vying for a place in the quarterfinals to the semifinals. And guess who we have today? We've got St. Joseph High School going up against Diamond Secondary. And as I said, these were winners from the first round, so they're well experienced, but we'll still have them introduce themselves to you. First from St. Joseph High School.
I'm Mukesh Mango, and I'm from St. Joseph High School, and I'm in Form 1.
I'm Rihanna Mori. I'm in Form 1C, and I'm from St. Joseph High School.
My name is Upasana Singh. I'm from St. Joseph High School, and I'm in Form 1B.
Lukesh, Rihanna, and Upasna from St. Joseph High School. And across the way, their opponent from the East Bank of Demerara, from Diamond Secondary, let's have them introduce themselves.
I am Marilyn Diabu, and I'm a representative of Diamond Secondary, and I'm in Form 1.
Hi, my name is Tanola Robinson, and I'm a representative of Diamond Secondary, and I'm in Form 1.
My name is Jaden Simon, and I'm a representative of Diamond Secondary School, and I'm in Form 1.
Marilyn, Tanola, and Jaden from Diamond Secondary. Good. Well, you at home, you know how this goes. We have in the first round, or the first segment, we have one-on-one questions. Lokesh will get his question. If he gets that correct, he gets 5 points. If he doesn't, Marilyn gets an opportunity to earn her school 3 points. And then Marilyn gets her own question, and so we run down the table that way. The first question in our first quarter-final goes to Lokesh. Here's the question. Madia is the administrative center of which region? Madia is the administrative center of which region? I need the number and the name.
Madhya is the administrative center of Region 7.
Sorry, not right.
Region 8, Patara Subuni.
Region 8, Pataro Superuni for 3 points. Okay. Now remember, no talking because the microphone picks up everything you say. So, for example, don't express too extreme disappointment because your parents will hear at home. All right? Especially if the extreme disappointment involves some language they don't know. All right. Let's go over to Marilyn. Marilyn, your question there. Mabaruma is the administrative center of which region in Guyana? Number and name.
Region 1, Barima Waini.
Correct, for 5 points. Region 1, Barima Waini. Now we're going back to St. Joseph High School, and this question is for Rihanna. Which CARICOM country is located, CARICOM member country, which CARICOM member country is located in Central America? Give me the name of the CARICOM country that's located in Central America.
Brazil.
Sorry?
Brazil.
Brazil. No, wrong on both counts, because Brazil is not in Central America. Sorry, Danola. The CARICOM country, CARICOM member state located in Central America.
Venezuela?
Venezuela is not a CARICOM country. No. The CARICOM country is Belize. Belize. And nobody gets any points for that. But Tanola, you can get 5 points if you tell me which CARICOM island country is closest to Guyana. Which CARICOM island country lies closest to Guyana, CARICOM member state, island country?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago for 5 points. Just across the way, an hour's ride with the plane. Now we're going to Upashna. Upashna, what are the 3 counties of Demerara? What are the 3 counties of Guyana? What are they named after? The 3 counties of Guyana, we all know them, so I can't give you that as thing. But what are they named after?
They are named after the Demerara River.
Sorry, too long. Jaden.
They were named after the 3 main rivers in Guyana.
Absolutely correct. And those rivers were, of course, Demerara, Berbice, and Essequibo. 3 points for Jaden, who can get 5 now if he gets this one. Which is the largest county of Guyana? Which is the largest county of Guyana?
Demerara.
Nope, that's not right. Upashna. Essequibo for 3 points. Good, so that has very quickly brought us down to the end of our questions in our first segment. We'll take a short break, remind you of who are our main sponsors and organizers for this quiz program. We can tell you one time, but you'll see it. They are, of course, the EMC Foundation, Ministry of Education, our big partner there, Iwo Krama, with support from Exxon Mobil Foundation.
The Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023 is organized by the EMC Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Iwo Krama International Center. It involves 16 secondary schools from across the 10 regions of Guyana, testing their knowledge in areas such as the environment, social studies, and current affairs. It aims to inform, educate, and entertain.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, we are about to get into our second round of competition. It's a quarter-final matchup because these 2 schools, St. Joseph High School, Diamond Secondary, they won their first round matches, hence they've come over to the quarter-finals. And we are into our second segment of competition. This one, as you might recall, is where we allow them to consult with each other after we give them a question. It will take about 10 seconds, that consultation. I'll call them back to the table and I'll get the answer from players in the order in which they're lined up. So let's get into segment number 2, our team question segment. Now this one is for St. Joseph High School. What is meant by a carbon sink? What is meant by a carbon sink? And give one example of a carbon sink. So 2 answers. Explain in your own words what is a carbon sink, and then give me an example of a carbon sink. 10 seconds. All right, everybody seems to have been satisfied with their consultation. Lokesh, can I get the answer from Team St. Joseph High School?
A carbon sink is a process by which we try to remove more carbon dioxide that in the atmosphere than we produce. One
Okay.
example of this is Guyana's rainforest.
All right, that would work for 5 points. If you had just said forests, an example of a carbon sink, because that's what it is. Forests take in carbon dioxide. But you said Guyana's rainforest, which is fine. It's correct. All right. Across to Diamond Secondary. And here's the question. Guyana produces a mineral ore used to create aluminium. what is the name of this mineral, the mineral itself, and in which area, name one of the area in which it's produced. So aluminium, this mineral produces, that's a finished product almost. And so we want you to give us the name of the mineral and one area in which it's produced in Guyana. 10 seconds. All right, so that answer will come from the first player of Diamond Secondary. Marilyn, what's your answer?
Bauxite, and it is mined in Region 10.
That's correct, for 5 points. Well, not the whole of Region 10, but Region 10 would work. It's more Lindum, Kokwani areas like those, but Region 10 would work. All right, so we're doing good in this one. St. Joseph High, this is your question. I want you to name two of our neighbors that meet us at a particular mountain. Guyana and 2 of its neighbors, they actually share a mountain. I want you to name the mountain and name the 2 neighbors that we share that mountain with. 10 seconds. Okay, so this answer will come from Rihanna, and if Rihanna doesn't, then we go across to Nola. So Rihanna, your answer.
The mountain name is the Roraima Mountain, and the 2
Neighbors.
neighbors are Venezuela and Brazil.
That's correct, for 5 points. Mount Roraima, wonderful mountain that. And it's at the point where 3 countries meet: Guyana, Brazil, and Venezuela. So that's the 2 neighbors we share that mountain with, that side of the mountain. The other side, it's ours. Okay. All right, so now Tanola, Diamond Secondary, but Tanola will give me the answer. In which region can you find Mount Roraima? In which region, because we talked about that special mountain, in which region will you find Mount Roraima? 10 seconds. Name a number. All right, St. Joseph, about time. Yep. Let's see whether Tanola and her speedy buddies got the answer correct. Tanola, what is your answer?
Cayenne Mazaruni, Region 7.
That's correct. For 5 points. Region 7, Cayuni Mazaruni. And now it's St. Joseph's turn again. Apart from the University of Guyana, which is a tertiary educational institution, I want you to give me the name of 2 other tertiary or institutions of higher learning, apart from UG. So UG we give you as an example of a tertiary other than secondary. Secondary, then tertiary, right? So I want you to name me 2 institutions that are in that category of tertiary education. 10 seconds. Two answers, kids, come back to the table. It's time. All right, so this question is to St. Joseph, so Upasna, you will give me the answer.
Sarah Potter College, and
2 answers. Sorry there. Jaden.
Carnegie School of Home Economics and
Too long. And I wouldn't quite put Carnegie in that category because Carnegie is a craft school, but Cyril Potter for sure. All right. We also have the Guyana School of Agriculture. We have the Guyana Technical Institute. We have a medical college. We have a dental college. So you could have taken your choice. Nobody gets any points for that particular question. All right. So we're going now to Diamond Secondary. Name two sources of renewable energy. The sources. Name two sources of renewable energy. 10 seconds. All right. Speedy Gonzalez, Diamond Secondary, back at the table after 1 second. St. Joseph looks quite happy with their answer as well. Let's see whether they get a chance to steal from Jaden.
wind and solar.
What do you mean by solar?
Solar energy.
What do you mean by solar? I
Like-
said two sources.
Two sources. Like energy taken from the sun.
That's right. You were so close, I couldn't really deny you, but I had to give you a chance to clarify. The sun, the wind, the water. Sources, right? You're naming what they're called. Solar energy, yeah. But where do you get that from? The sun. But because you were so close, people, I had to give them a chance to expand. All right, so 5 points for that one. And that has brought us down to the end of our questions in our team segment of competition. You are into our quarterfinal, our first quarterfinal match of this Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023.
The Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023 is organized by the EMC Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Iwakrama International Center. It involves 16 secondary schools from across the 10 regions of Guyana, testing their knowledge in areas such as the environment, social studies, and current affairs of Guyana. It aims to inform, educate, and entertain.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, there you can see in our audience, we also have two standby players, one for each of the school. What we've done is to ensure that in case one of the three main players, not main players, but one of the three selected players couldn't make it, we had a standby player. So from St. Joseph High School, you'll see there Mr. Elijah Cotton. Just raise your hand so everybody can see who you are. And Micaiah Shuram from Diamond Secondary. Good. So let's give them a nice round of applause. Probably quite happy they didn't have to come in and one of their team members didn't faint away or something like that. But we are getting into a serious segment of our competition now. We want to know what the score is and who has to do catch up in the last segment. So let's go to our scorers. We've got some very talented scorers. Two teachers, one from each of the two schools participating, and a senior official from the Ministry of Education. So there you see them there, Miss Arti Besessar from St. Joseph High School, our teacher there. In the center, Mr. Navendra Hardial, senior official from the Ministry of Education, and our other teacher from Diamond Secondary, Miss Sanita Ramdat. A big thank you to them for work in progress. Well, they've given me an update of the score, and guess what? One school has jumped right ahead of the other, but you never know what happens with the last segment. Because once you lose a question, the other side can pick it up. And so it goes. So let's give you the score. St. Joseph High School, after the second round of competition, 13 points. Diamond Secondary, 31 points. So, St. Joseph, you've got quite a bit of catching up to do. But first of all, you have to hold on to your questions. We're into segment 3. Lokesh, here is the first question for you. Guyana is home to one of the largest wild cats in the world. Give me the name of that wild cat.
Wildcat is the jaguar.
The jaguar for 5 points. 5 points. Good enough. And, that's one of our favorite animals. A lot of sports clubs have taken on the name as well. Now to Marilyn. Marilyn from Diamond. Marilyn, Guyana is also home to one of the largest birds of prey in the world. One of the largest birds of prey in the world. Name that bird.
The ostrich?
The ostrich, they don't live here, sorry. Lokesh.
The kanji peasant.
No, not at all. Largest birds of prey. You haven't been to the zoo recently. Well, it's in your books as well. It's the harpy eagle. 6 feet across and all of that. Huge, right? So, nobody gets any points for that one. But now we're going back to St. Joseph High School. And this is for Rihanna. Rihanna, what is meant by the weather? I want a definition of the weather. What do we mean when we talk about the weather?
Weather is the day-to-day change of the atmosphere.
For example, what does that change do? That's a nice quote, but change of atmosphere and you get what? You're close. Sorry there, you're taking too long. Tanola.
Weather is the condition of the atmosphere over a short period of time.
Yes, and what does that result in? Give me an example.
It could result in rain, sun.
That's right. That's what we're looking for. 3 points. It's the condition of the atmosphere that will predict whether you get sun or rain or, in other parts of the world, hail and snow and all these kinds of things, right? So it wasn't good enough to just give me that broad technical definition. You had to sound as if you understood what it meant. Now we're going over to Tanola. What is meant, and again, this is a definition question, what is meant by the climate? We talked about the weather just now, so in a way we want to hear what's the difference between the weather and the climate. So what is meant by the climate of a country, or the climate generally?
Climate could be is condition of the atmosphere over a long period of time.
That's right. Yeah, that would work for 5 points. So the weather is for a short period of time. Today, this week, sometimes the forecast is for 2 weeks, but not longer than that. The climate is for the year. Or in our case, they're saying for the next 50 years, what's going to happen? It's getting warmer and warmer. Okay, so 5 points there. And now we're going back to St. Joseph High School, Anupashna. Who was the first, or rather name the first major group of peoples to come to Guyana on their own? Name the first major group of peoples that came to Guyana on their own.
The Amerindians.
The Amerindians for 5 points. Amerindians, and you'll see why I phrased that question when you hear this question for Jaden. Who was the first major group of peoples who were brought to Guyana by the Europeans? Who was the first major group of peoples that were brought to Guyana by the Europeans?
The Africans.
The Africans, yes. Okay, well, that has brought us down to the end of all our questions for this particular segment and for this particular match. It's a matchup between St. Joseph High School and Diamond Secondary in our Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023.
The Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023 is organized by the EMC Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Iwakurama International Center. It involves 16 secondary schools from across the 10 regions of Guyana, testing their knowledge in areas such as the environment, social studies, and current affairs. It aims to inform, educate, and entertain.
Welcome back, welcome back. Well, we are into our results segment. We want to just remind you that our two schools going up against each other, as you will see them there, St. Joseph High School and Diamond Secondary School. Our best player overall came from Diamond Secondary. That's our player number 2, Tanola Robinson. And a big thank you to our scorers, of course, Miss Arti Besessar, Mr. Ravendra Hardial, and Miss Sunita Ramdat, 2 teachers from the school, and of course, an official from the Ministry of Education. And now it's time to announce the winner. The winner of this particular match, and we'll tell you just now about a special prize that the winner will get. But the winner of this match, according to our score, St. Joseph High School 23 points, Diamond Secondary 44 points, and the winner is. And this time, the winners will go home with a mobile phone in addition to the bags and certificates that they received earlier. So thank you once again for tuning in and joining us with this first quarterfinal match of the Secondary School Environmental Quiz 2023, organized by the EMC Foundation in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Iwakurama, and support from Exxon Mobil Foundation.